In this video, we're going to start the project that we'll be working on through the remainder of the term. So we're going to open and create a new architectural template. Then we're going to import a CAD drawing, check the scale, enter in the geographical location, and then make sure that we save the project. So let's go ahead and begin by opening up Revit, and where it says on here, new, let's go ahead and click on it. And it's really, really important that we do an architectural template because it's going to do some kind of preloaded settings that are going to be important for our project. So please make sure you hit architectural template and hit OK. Now we're going to go to the Insert tab and import CAD. Now you should have already downloaded your version of the CAD Brownstone project. So wherever that's saved on your computer, go ahead and access that now. So we're going to click, mine is actually on my desktop in a cloud storage file. Okay, now I'm going to click on this one time because if I double click it'll open, but I want to change a couple of settings first. So right now I want to make sure that you change this from colors preserve to black and white. If we preserve the colors, you can see in the preview, it's going to bring in all the colors that are associated with the different colored layers in AutoCAD, and it's going to make it a little bit hard to see and trace over this rendering, or pardon me, trace over this project. Ultimately, Revit doesn't, you don't have to assign layers in Revit. Revit already knows all the layers of everything that you put in, so we do not need to preserve that. So go ahead and change it to black and white. We want to make sure it's placed at level 1, oriented to view, and now we will hit open. And there it is. Now there's a lot of other files that are coming in here together, and you can see that Revit just thinks about this as basically just a big JPEG. And so it's got a little thumbtack right here. That means that this drawing is not going to move around as we trace it. So that's called a little pin. And we will unpin it in just a moment. But there's, as I said, a lot of stuff that's coming in with this project, and we're not going to really delete it now because it's just line work and we don't know quite yet what we're going to need. So we'll just leave that there. But the one thing that I do want to do is check the scale. And so, you know, most of the time doors, interior doors are, you know, ideally 3 feet. But this one, they're a little bit smaller because this is a historic building. So I'm going to show you how to check the size, and then I'm going to show you how to scale it up or down, even though we're not going to actually do that. We're going to keep things the size that they are right now. But let's go ahead and start by checking the doors. So I'm going to go to the annotate command or annotate tab and hit aligned. And I'm going to zoom in, and it's just what Revit wants to know where I want to start and end my measurement. So I'm going to start it here and end it here. And you can see the doors are 2 feet 10. Now, if I wanted to make all of the doors 3 feet and I wanted to scale this entire project up just a little bit, this is the way that I do it. The first thing that you have to do is hover out here and click when you see that big blue box, and you have to unpin it because it won't move if it's pinned down. So we're going to pin it. And then we can hover and click, make sure we've got the model grabbed, and we scale it. We hit this little scale command. It's under modify. So you hit scale. And we want it to stay graphical. And now I'm telling Revit, I want you to go from here to here. And I want that dimension, so here I'm going to do click number 2. Okay, right now it has no information. All I've told Revit is I want you to start measuring here and end measuring here. And now it's waiting for me to tell it how long I want that line to be. Now Revit thinks in feet instead of inches, and that's another little difference. But I'm going to type 36, and then I'm going to hit inches, enter, and watch what happens. It's going to grow just a little bit. Beep. So now if I measure that, this is a perfect scenario in which all your doors are 3 feet wide. See? Okay. But of course, we don't want to do that because we might need this Revit file later on for another class, and I don't want everything to be the wrong size for you all. So I'm going to hit undo, so things are going to get a little bit smaller again. And there's our pinned file. Okay, so you now have a CAD drawing in that's just line work, and you know it came in at the correct scale. So now we're going to set up the geographic location for our project. And this is just a real basic function that's going to allow us to have accuracy when we do renderings later. So we'll go to Manage, Project Location, and we're going to go to where that little pin is. Okay. And I'm going to put the project address in, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and put this right at FSCJ. And I'm going to hit OK. And it may want an exact perfect address because it's trying to find buildings at that address. But we're going to continue with the entered address. Okay. And I want to make sure that it uses daylight savings time because that's what we use here. Okay. So we'll hit OK. And nothing's going to change from a visibility standpoint right now, but later on, we'll be able to have a little bit more information about where the sun is and things like that. So I'm going to stop there for right now. And we have learned here how to open Revit, create an architectural template, import a CAD file, and check the scale, as well as set the geographic location. And the only thing we need to do now is save it.